Feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonisation of males, presenting them always at a disadvantage. And I don't want to have any part of that. I was writing recently about boys' education, which is something I've written about for many decades. And I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago where we just started to notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. I mean, we'd had 10 years of programs trying to help girls do better in the schools, which was fantastic. And a lot of girls who had been held back by traditional assumptions about, girls not speaking up and girls not doing well in maths were now beginning to shine, which was a fantastic thing. But what was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems.
It's your girl Annie. Today I want to talk about feminism. I mean, women are reverting. They're taking a U-turn from feminism. And everyone is wondering why. Because there's been so much backlash. There's been so much resistance to modern feminism. Feminism has evolved, has morphed into this monster, according to some people, according to some women, according to men. And feminism has affected men's confidence in approaching women. That's what they claim. Feminism has also made women to have a sad life. And it has also pitched women against women. So this is what people are saying. It's not my thoughts. But in order for us to get more clarity on this, I want us to look at these videos. I've gathered a couple of videos of people, women, men, talking about feminism and how it has affected modern day dating, modern day relationship, marriage, and relationship dynamics as a whole. So without much talk, let's take a look at this video.
Feminism was about equality, about levelling the playing field, giving women an opportunity to find their rightful place, particularly in the public world, which was tremendously important and exciting when we achieved that. But what feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonisation of males, presenting them always at a disadvantage. And I don't want to have any part of that. I was writing recently about boys' education, which is something I've written about for many decades. And I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago where we just started to notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. I mean, we'd had 10 years of programs trying to help girls do better in the schools, which was fantastic. And a lot of girls who had been held back by traditional assumptions about, girls not speaking up and girls not doing well in maths were now beginning to shine, which was a fantastic thing. But what was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems, systematic programs to continue to advantage girls, and no one taking any notice of the fact that boys are falling out in huge numbers.
The main goal of feminism was to infiltrate every system, every strata of society. That was the main goal because, as we all know, feminism came because women could not access the same rights and opportunities, as men. Then the movement came and feminism was born. If feminism is for equal opportunities, equal rights for both men and women, for both boys and girls, then we women have come to a stage where we can now access education. We can now access so many things in society, good paid job, highly paid job. We can now negotiate for our salaries like the same as men can do. We can get to the highest level of education as we so desire, But then when she talks about how boys are being left behind because there is so much concentration, there is so much favor, there is so much feminist ideologies in every strata, in every aspect of the educational system, I beg to differ. Who are the ones who are in control of the resources? It's the men. The men are in control of the resources already. So if a man is laying back or is at a disadvantaged position, I think that's their choice, because in most societies, like in the Western world, it's a bit different, but in most developing societies, in most underdeveloped societies, people tend to favor to educate more boys than girls. But I don't know, what's your thoughts on this? Is she right that because we are so much more focused now on feminism, and we've created so many feminist ideologies that have infiltrated the educational systems, women are more advanced than men and boys are falling back? Is she right? From an African perspective, it's still really, the women are still falling back because women don't really have rights as much as their male counterparts, like access to education, access to decision making, access to high paid jobs, equal pay for equal job, for the same job. In some places, women cannot even travel without the permission of a male relative, their father or their husband, And also, when it comes to jobs, women cannot choose jobs except the superior male of the family, maybe the husband, the father, or the brother, decides that they can go to do the job, And there is this common saying that a woman's place is in the kitchen. So it all depends, because feminism in the Western world is different from feminism in Asia. It's different from feminism in Africa. But then I'll tell you that from an African perspective, the males are still dominating the public sphere. They are the ones who are doctors, accountants, engineers. They are the ones who are in the government. You can see from the parliament, the parliamentarians, you can see about 200 parliamentarians, you see just 5 women. So it's there, it's glaring. You can see the disparity is in front of us, But in the Western world, maybe she's right. Maybe she is right. But feminism is still well alive. Yeah, modern day feminism has morphed into this radical, more and more radical form of feminism.